A thrill of hope, the weary world rejoices, for yonder breaks a new and glorious morn. Fall on your knees. Oh, hear the angels' voices. Oh, night divine. Oh, night when Christ was born.
good evening to all our viewers viewing on the Ministry of Governance and the Cultural Division Facebook pages and our Zoomers. I am Dorel Diole, Cultural Officer at the Cultural Division, and it's a pleasure to be collaborating with Adult Education Division to bring you day 3 of Christmas Treats. Today we'll be learning how to decorate cookies and cupcakes, and our tutor today is Shanitha Ducreay. We welcome you, Miss Shanitha. So, a pleasant good afternoon or good evening to everybody on Zoom, via Facebook Live. I'm Shanitha Ducreay, owner of Shani's Pastries and Delights, and today we're going to be doing decorating cupcakes and cookies. We'll also be doing royal icing. We'll be doing the royal icing from scratch. So we're gonna have a fun evening. This is a learning process for me and for everybody else. So let's get straight into it. Thank you. So for your royal icing, you just barely need like 3 ingredients: your egg, your extract, and your icing sugar. Well, of course, your mixer. So firstly, for a batch, you need 1 egg and only the egg white. So we're going to be breaking the egg and separating the yolk and the whites. Okay. So we're just going to crack a little hole to the top so that we will not get our yolk right in. Or there are other ways to do it. You can do it with your hands, break your egg, and also pass it through your fingers. Okay, so I'm just going to be releasing the whites, as you can see. So that's what we have, or egg whites, right? We add it into our mixer, and whenever you do royal icing, you have to ensure that your whisk or whatever paddle you using or attachment you use is cleaned with vinegar or alcohol, white alcohol preferably, and your mixing bowl. Adding in the egg whites. Oh, and I forget to mention cream of tartar, which helps to keep your icing hard, or which helps it to dry very quickly. Cream of tartar. So you just be needing a teaspoon of cream of tartar added to your egg whites. Add it in, and then you mix on high speed until your egg whites and cream of tartar form a very stiff peak, and then you'll be adding your essence and your icing sugar in. Okay, so excuse me for the noise, but we're going to be mixing. Just going to show you guys how we are so far. We're not fully at a stiff peak yet. Okay, that's where we are. So I'm mixing on high speed because we need it to move. Okay, so from where we were earlier, that's how we get in at. Still, we need to mix and mix some more. So we get in there. It's not liquidy anymore, it's semi-solid. We're getting right there. Okay, stiff peak meaning that it will not fall off your attachment. So that is what we're looking for, stiff peak. Okay, so I'll be adding in now half a teaspoon of almond extract to my mix. And then my icing sugar. Usually you could use 4 cups of icing sugar or powdered sugar, as some people call it. But today I'll not be measuring. Why? I prefer to have a firmer royal icing, and then when you add in your coloring into it, most times you add watercolor so it can break it down to the consistency that you would want. So I'm just going to be adding slowly, adding my icing sugar. So yeah,
If you do not have cream of tartar.
if you do not have, well, I don't. That's what I've been using for years. So I'm not sure if you do not have cream of tartar. What could maybe be the substitute, or maybe just a pinch of salt. But I've never done it without cream of tartar. Okay. I think we are there, guys. So that's what we have. Okay, silky smooth royal icing. Sturdy. Sturdy. That's what you'll be looking for. Okay? So if you want it harder than that, you just keep on adding your icing. You just keep on adding icing sugar to it. Okay, but you're looking for that nice, smooth, silky, and not runny consistency. Okay? So now we are cleared on our royal icing for our cookie. Once you have this, you can add any color to do whatever you like. So we're in the Christmas season, so we're going to be decorating some Christmas cookies today. Okay, and one thing about royal icing, whenever you make it, you always have to have it covered, especially for wet rag or paper towel or something, because if it's not covered, it will be drying out on you very quick. Okay, so I'm just gonna set the mixer aside. I'm just gonna place it over. I'm just placing a wet towel over the icing so that it will not be dried up too quickly. Now we have something else, which is for our cupcakes. We have buttercream icing. That is what it looks like. Sturdy consistency. We have velvet pre-shortening, butter, essence or extract of your choice, and icing sugar, and we mix it until we get that perfect consistency, not too soft, not too hard. Just like the royal icing, if you want it softer, you can add your liquid color into it, or you can add water. Okay, so today we'll be starting off with our cupcakes. First, cupcake decorating. Oh, sorry. So you have your cupcake baked. We're in the Christmas season again. We have green, we have red. Okay, we have, you can have fun with it. It's a fun process decorating cupcakes. You have the kids, you have everybody can be involved. You have your sprinklers, whatever decoration of choice that you want to. Everything ready and on hand. Okay, today I'll also be decorating with fondant, which is a type of icing also. You can do a lot with fondant decorating. So we're just going to start off our cupcakes by using a piping bag, placing our tips, because we have tips in cake decorating and cupcakes and cookies. You have a lot of tools. Okay, and mostly everything you hold in your hand can be a tool. So we have our piping tips, we have different we have cookie fondant cutters and stuff. So I'll be placing my tip into my bag and then cutting it off. Okay, so there we have it, tipping bag. A professional like me, I will just open my bag and place my hand here and scoop out and put my icing in my bag. Somebody else, or like new or beginners, you could also use a glass. The taller the glass, I would believe it would be better. So you would have more space. You place your piping bag over the glass, and then you make the space and you insert your icing in there. For mess also, it helps to be clean. And then you just pull up your bag, and voila, here you have it. Okay, so you could just press down, secure your bag. Okay, so that's what we have, a secured bag. Some people have ties for their bags, or if you do not, it's just nicely turn it, secure it, and then you use it. So you see we have our icing coming out already. Okay. For space, I'll just be moving. Okay, so here we have our fondant, and our first cupcake we going to do today. Okay. When you use fondant, when you work with fondant, there is something that you call cornstarch, or you could use icing, the same icing sugar, to flour your board or your work surface. I'll just be rolling on my chopping board today, so I'll just be dusting with a bit of cornstarch. Okay, this helps your fondant not to stick. Your fondant not to stick on your board, and to be able to lift it up easier. Here I marbled my fondant, so we have green and yellow, and then we have all green, which is a darker shade, and then we have red. Okay, dust the board and just dust it a little bit, or you could also dust your rolling pin. This is a rolling pin, you could just dust it also. Apply your pressure and roll. You do not want it too thick, neither too thin, but easy to work with. This is your plunger, so we have the Christmas leaf plunger. Or you could also dust it, or dust the fondant itself, so that it will not stick into your fondant. So we're just going to be cutting some leaves and placing them aside for when we do the cupcakes. Okay, so this is what we have, and then we just press it out, and here we have a leaf. Okay, press it in, press it out. We're going to be doing the greener one, same thing. Roll. We also have a smaller one, same thing. We press and release. Isn't that cute? So yes. Now with the red fondant, for the Christmas leaf, you have your leaf and you have your three little dots, your three little red dots. You just simply roll it through your finger, and then you place it aside. Roll it into a little ball, you place it aside. You could also do it with royal icing. Okay. Fondant is like Play-Doh, but it's a sweet Play-Doh. So that's the kids would enjoy having fun with it. Okay. So here we have our cupcake. We have our buttercream icing. Simple and easy. You place your bag in the middle of your cupcake, you press, you release, and you just go around. Press, release, and you go around. Okay, so here we have it. You're going to do that again. Place in the middle, you press, and you go around. Okay, we have it. Easy. Then, because you have your stuff done already, your leaves, you just place it anywhere you feel like, and then you add in your dots to it. Okay, so here we have one. Yeah. So I think I'm going to be doing a small, some small with the smaller leaves. I'm gonna break down the balls a little bit. So we add in our leaf. You can add one here. You can put another one here, and you can put another one. It's up to you to be creative. Okay. Then we add in our dots. Yeah. Make it fun. Make it merry. Have a good time. So we just be adding again. I feel like I want to add a star to it. So here are some more decorations, edible decorations. So I'm just gonna see if whatever I get. So here we have stars. We have beads. We have a lot of stuff, but I just want to be using the star. Okay? And you could just put it right there. Check the beads. You could just add on. Okay? So here we have it again. Decorated. Was that fun, guys? Was that easy enough? Okay, so we're just going to be setting those aside. Now, I'm going to do another one. It's almost like the same process. You just pipe it on. You could smoothen it out if you want. Smoothen it out, even it out. Bring it out. It doesn't have to be perfect, guys. Okay, just set it aside for a little bit because we're going to be mixing green icing this time. Okay, so I'm not gonna smooth out this one, I'm just gonna leave it there. Now buttercream is very easy to color, so it's not too much of a problem. You have different forms of coloring. You have the water-based colorings, you have the gel colorings, you have the oil colorings. Okay, whatever you have, it's fine. Everything works. Okay, so I'm just going to be adding in some green coloring, but I do not want my green too deep, too dark, so I'm just going to be adding a bit of yellow to it. Okay, so it gives you that nice shocking color green, and we're just going to be mixing on. Okay. Your choice. If you want it darker than this, go ahead and add in your coloring. Same process. We're going to be adding it into our bags. We place our piping tip into the piping bag. I'm using a rosette tip for this one. Cut it off, and then you make sure that it's secure, and then you add it in to your bag. Am I going too fast? Everybody okay? We on point? So here we go. And I think I'm going to be using some of these sprinklers when I do the reef to just give it a little bang. Okay, so with the rosette tip, because it's a reef, you don't go all over the cake. We try to edge it out, so we can just pipe, press, release, press, release, press, release, press, release, and you just keep on going around. Okay, so we have the base of our reef. I'll be using this one, and then you just sprinkle it off. Okay, you can add a little ribbon if you like. We could also color, do some red and color it to just put a little ribbon. Okay, or you could even make it with fondant. Let me try. I'm going to try to do it with fondant, or maybe I can do the other one with fondant. Let's try. So here we go again. We press, release, press, release, press, release, press, release, and here we have it. Remember, it's not a neat process. I'm going to try the fondant. Some people have molds like ribbon molds or bow rolls molds. Sorry, so it's easier to just press it in and you get your ribbon. But we're just gonna try this one a little bit. And then going to put it together with just a little piece. Put them together, and you have your, you hold it like this. So here we have a little bow. Going to be rolling a little more. Okay. You could use a pizza cutter. If you don't have a pizza cutter, you could use a scissors, you could use a knife. It's up to you. Whatever, however you feel comfortable. So I'm going to place my how you call that for the ribbon? The tail of the ribbon. Right here. And then I'm just gonna add my little bow to it. So here we have here we have it. Sorry about that, guys. And then you could just do the same thing over, and here you have your wreath. Sorry about that again. Then with the same piping bag, we're going easy, very easy, simple, easy cupcakes. So we could do a tree, but I'm going to be doing the tree with white. So it's the same way we did the first cupcake. You press in the middle, you press, release, and you go all the way up. Okay, all the way up. Then you could also sprinkle it same way. Whatever confetti you have, and then you'll be adding a star to the top. Same way, and just be adding anything that you feel like you want to add in, you add it in. So here you have it. You could add some more stars around. And you could also, just if you want to border it up, you could just also press the same way. Press it all around, and here you have your cupcake. Okay. So everything okay? Any questions? None? Just tidying now for us to go on to our cookie decorating with royal icing. Okay. The cupcake?
The Cultural Division, in collaboration with the Ministry of Governance, the Ministry of Environment, the Ministry of Tourism, and the Fort Young Hotel, presents Christmas Culture, a filmic journey celebrating Dominican Christmas traditions through music and drama, to be premiered on Christmas night at 7 p.m. on all virtual platforms: Sewinal, Nature, Queens, Cowboys, Musical Therapy, Cake, Ham, Sorrel, Rum and Ginger Beer with your favorite Dominican Christmas icons. Get the family together and come experience something magical. Christmas culture. Be a part of the audience.
Ready? Okay. So we are back, guys. We are back for cookie decorating. So we have some big cookies, just simple blocks or rectangular shape. Today we're doing joy because Christmas is all about joy. Christmas is a time of giving, it's a merry time. So let's just be joyful, right? So we have our J, our O, and our Y. Have we wrong? But you know what I'm talking about, right? We have our shaped cookies. So, and then we have this. So today we're going to be doing a door, the doorway to a joyous home, right? So we're going to be doing 4 cookies today. Okay? J-O-Y, joy. Gateway to the home. Much better.
Yes.
Simple again. You have your royal icing. It's up to you if you go online and whatever you see that you want to do, whatever you decide that you want to, however you want to decorate your cookie, you can go right ahead. Okay, I just going to be adding my royal icing so that I could mix. It's a bit stiff, really stiff. That's how I really wanted it. And we just be adding. So I'm going to be using red, white, and black. So I'm going to be decorating this in red and this in black, and then we just have a one normal white. Okay, but because of how thick it is, I am going to be adding a little water to it to break it down. You do not need any piping tips or anything like that, depending on the style that you want to achieve. Okay, I have my red gel based coloring and my black gel based coloring. They come in all kind of brands and in different containers. Okay, so it's up to you to decide what how bright you want your icing, but it's better to start off small or use a toothpick and start off with your coloring. Okay, so here we have it. It's going to be mixing, adding in a little water gradually because you do not want your icing too runny or watery. going to be adding some water-based coloring. And still add some more. Gradually, and just mix nice and silky. Yeah. Let's do the black. And use a focus. Or you can also mix it in your bag, in your piping bag. You can mix it in and then you cut your desired hole in the bag. Okay. So this is what we're going to try to achieve. Okay. Placing them into the bag. Secure it. Just be making some green also. You can try. Make sure that everything is intact. Okay. And a little green. I think I'm going to be mixing it in the bag this time. Placing it the same way, and then using the gel. Okay. And you can also add a little yellow to break down your color. And then you mix. Just rub in the color, rub it in, rub it in, rub it in. And you secure. Okay. You set it aside. And I'm just going to be putting some white icing also. So whenever you're going to like decorate your cakes, your cupcakes, whatever you want to do, make sure you have everything set up so you do not have to go running around like I do sometimes to try to to try to get everything, you know. So is that easy? You set it in. I need it a little softer because I'm going to be flooding my cookie. Well, what we call flooding is like your base prep before you decorate your cupcake. So I do not want it too stiff. Just adding a little water and mixing it the same way. Mixing it the same way. And remember, I said earlier, the cream of tartar is what helps it to dry very quickly. So, okay, then I have those again. We're going to be using these edibles for the doorknob. So we're going to be doing the door first, and we're going to be using this for the knobs. Okay. You do not necessarily have to cut a big hole into your bag, so you have that form of control. Okay. Take your time. So here we have, first we outline our cookie so that the icing would stay in. You just outline it. Okay, you can still give it a little time to air out so that when you flood it, everything will remain inside. When you put your borders, that's for flooding. Bordering again. It doesn't have to be perfect, guys. So I'm going to be flooding my cookie now, and then we just flood. Okay. Now you could just give it a little tap, and when you have air bubbles, or you could just smoothen it out, or use a toothpick and bring it in. Okay. Doesn't have to be perfect, guys. You're just looking for a little neatness. Okay. Just a little neatness. And then you go over it again. You make your there are those lines. I'm just going to be following the design. More as just rectangles. lid and place it here. Then we also can add a little reef to it, same way. Just like we did on the cupcakes. We're just going to be going around in circles. Remember, it don't have to be perfect. Okay. And then you could still add in maybe some sugar, or you could use fondant. You could still use the leaves from fondant, and you just be creative with it. Some little reef. And here we have it, our first little so here I go again with the other one. We're going to be doing the red one this time. Tap it. Tap it out, tap it out. So, well, as I flood it out, I'm just going to leave it a little bit so that it could dry, and then we go over to decorating the same way we did this one. Okay? So in the meantime, we going to be edging out the same way, edging out on our J or any one, bordering the same way, and leave to sit. I'll do the Y and leave to sit. And do this one. Set aside. Let's check this one again to see if it's dried completely. Well, maybe not, but at least it's better to work with to get your desired style. I'm going to be using silver this time. Any questions? Am I going too fast? Everything okay? Okay. So here we go again. And remember I said it dries out quickly. So even with your piping bags, you can also have a wet napkin, and when you finish working with it, you could just place it into the wet napkin or a towel to keep it nice and okay. So same way we make our rectangle. Then we add our doorknob right here, and then I can even use the fondant on it also. Just put the, or maybe you could do a smaller one, a smaller leaf. Thank you. I'm just going to be adding two. One here. And one here. And then you could also add in, be creative, add in your little dots. I'm going to be using white. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And there you have it. If you want to go further, you can also even sprinkle a little bit of red on your icing to give it that shimmer. Fun, guys. Have fun with it. Okay. Back again. We're going to be flooding it the same way. See, depending on the consistency you have, I would, or if it was like a softer consistency, I would not be able to hold it up so straight and decorate it. Okay, just fill in any little spacing and smoothen it out same way. Remember guys, it doesn't have to be perfect. Use it to get out. Remember, a lot of households have different color schemes for Christmas, so it not necessarily have to be red. It doesn't necessarily have to be green. It's up to you. You can mix it up, match it up, decorate it, have fun. Depending on the consistency that you have, you do not really need to even dry it off anyways. So it's up to you. Whatever works for you, you go right ahead. Okay. So we set aside and let it dry out. Or you could also just decorate it one time. Yeah. Just going to be adding some beads. Same way. So here we have our Y. I'm going to do the J the same way. Okay. So here we have it. Now for the O, I think I want it to look somewhat like a candy cane. So I could just be adding some white strips. Okay? Across. And here we have it, guys. J-O-Y. Joy. Okay. Any questions? Any questions? So, just gonna do another one. This time I'm gonna do it in white. Just have fun with it, guys. Just have fun with it and enjoy cookie decorating. Just moving it out a little bit. I'm gonna do one in green. As you go along, it will be getting like easier for you to do. Okay. Easier, faster.
Somebody asked, what were you using to pass over the cookies on the icing on the last cookie? What did you use?
It's an offset spatula. Offset spatula, sorry. You have them in different sizes. Just a spatula for cake decorating, or it can be used for anything, I guess. But we more use those in cake. Okay, so back to the white. I just let it air out a little bit. You're just going to be adding dots, little dots to your wherever you feel necessary. Be creative, have fun, and I'm just gonna put some lines across here, same thing here, and make a bow. Okay. With the green, you can make like a Christmas tree. So I'm just going to just make it anyway, like Christmas lights. It doesn't have to be perfect. And then we could add confettis to it, same way, so they will look like Christmas lights. Okay, whatever you have, M&Ms, Skittles, whatever you have, and you just place them in anywhere. Okay. And in. Here we have it. Nothing complicated, just having fun. Okay, so we could go ahead and do another joy in green with Christmas lights or candy cane.
Okay, so somebody asked, when doing multiple colors on one cookie, what is the appropriate time frame to go over the color with another? And how much time would you give it?
Like a minute. Once your about a minute. Once your base is set and dry nicely, or some people they just do it right away. It's up to you. Depending on what you really want to do, there is not really a set time. Okay.
Once your base is set.
Once your base is set with your borders and you flood your cookie, you can just go ahead and decorate. Or if you, depending on what you want to do, you take a little time. Okay. Same way. This one doesn't really need time to set, so I'm just going to go over it. It's a bit messy process, but it's fine. I can see the kids licking their finger while they're decorating their cookies and their cupcakes. Even the adults too, right? Even the adults too. So, and I know decorating cookies and cupcakes, the kids will be quiet. They'll be very attentive. Trust me. So to get them away from the TV, get them away from the little games sometimes, you know, Christmas coming up, you can make the cookies in advance too. You can make the cookies, you can even decorate your tree with cookies. Yeah, you can hang them on your tree, on your Christmas tree. So when you're baking your cookie, if you really want to hang it, let's say I have this here. I know I want to hang my cookie. So everything in cake decorating is a tool, right? So what I would do, when I lay out my cookie before I bake it, I know I want to hang it, I just press it in here to give me 2 holes, and then I could just use the curly ribbon, or whatever you want to, you can put it in, and then you hang your cookie on your tree. Yeah, same way, each and every one of them, just do it. You press a hole in there, and there you have it, because you have the intention of placing it on your tree, so you can prepare it beforehand. If you feel it's a little too dry, all you do, you dip your tool and you pass it over. That will smoothen it out still. If it's a little bit too dry. Okay, royal icing is water. You want to break down the stiffness, you add water. You want to stiffen it back up. If it's too soft, you add icing or powdered sugar. Okay, I hope you're having fun.
Someone said, thank you, loving the design.
Thank you. So we go over again with our black. We could use white also. I prefer the black. Same way. Same way. And when we do what we do, nothing is a mistake. In cake decorating, cupcake, that's why we have a lot of designs and stuff. Is mistake people make, and they think it's a big mistake, and then it's like it's a hit. Okay, so don't feel bad about anything. anything at all when it comes to decorating. I feel like adding some maybe silver to it. Anything goes for Christmas. Okay. So here we have it. Another J. Always remember we need our wet towel because of how quick the royal icing dries. Have fun with it, guys. Okay, why? Let me see. We can do another one. Like this. G. Make it work for you, whatever you have, you work with it. You can make the Grinch. You could do your cookies. You can have the Grinch. You can have anything that you like. Just have fun. Do your research. Get your desired style or design, and then so you could do the snowman, Christmas tree. You can do a lot of stuff. You can do a lot of things. Okay.
Usually looks like a candy cane.
Hmm? Yes. So, I'm going to make it candy cane style. The J and the Y for to complement our O. crisscross it if you like. Let's have fun. Okay. And there we have it, guys. All setting in. Okay. Any questions?
No.
No question?
We want to add the cupcake to show them what it is.
Yes. So guys, just to recap, we're going over again. We have our cupcakes from earlier with the Christmas leaves and your stars. So you can add it here. You have your Christmas tree thingy, your Christmas tree cupcake. And here we have another one with bigger Christmas leaves. Then we have our wreath. And here's another one. Okay. All in the spirit of Christmas. So even you could do other letters too. You could do other letters and stuff. You can have Santa's belt, you can have gingerbread man. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't necessarily have to be a gingerbread man. You know, as we have it here. Yeah. As we have it here, we have Santa's belt, we have gingerbread man, we have snowflakes. There's just a wide variety of things that you could do with your cookie, with your cupcakes. Okay? There's no limit. No limit in color, no limit in design, no limit in style. Okay? So, thanks guys. It was a pleasure decorating cookies and cupcakes for you today. I hope we had fun. I hope we learned something, and I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.
Thank you so very much, Ms. Ducreay, for doing such a wonderful job as always. Special thanks for everybody who logged in today via Zoom or Facebook, Ministry of Governance or Cultural Division. They look very delicious, and I know the children will love it. And we are hoping that even if you will not do it with us, that you can go back to our Facebook pages and you can review and have fun with the children during Christmas. Special thanks to the Division of Culture for being there with us day 3 of our Christmas treats. Next session will be on Thursday, the 14th, Thursday coming, and we will be doing, for the 16th, sorry, the 16th. We will be doing sorrel, ginger beer, shodo, and milk punch. And all this will be done by Honorable Alex Boyd Knight, so tune in. I know it will be a nice treat for us, and we are hoping that we all at least take part in the session. The ingredients will be posted on our Facebook pages, so you can go to it, you can review, you can do it with us, or you can save it and you can also do it closer to the Christmas day. Thank you so very much, the staff of Adult Education Division of Culture, for partnering with us on our Christmas treats. I hope you have a good evening. Thank you all for being there.